Welcome to the Explainer. So, have you ever found yourself wishing an AI could write exactly like you do, or maybe capture that unique voice of your company's brand without, sounding all robotic and generic? It's a huge challenge for sure, but the solution is actually way more intuitive than you might think. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how you can teach an AI to adopt pretty much any writing style you can throw at it.
So, let's get on the same page. What do we even mean by AI style? Well, the best way to think about it is this. You're not sitting there writing code or messing with some super complex algorithm. Nope. You're basically just handing the AI a creative brief just like you would with a human writer. You give it some examples of the writing you want it to copy, and it just learns. It studies the tone, the voice, even the little quirks in formatting. It's all about teaching, not programming.
All right. So where does all this magic happen? Well, we start right here in the command center. This is your main dashboard. Think of it as the cockpit where you can see and control every single style that the AI has learned for you.
Now this table, it gives you a fantastic overview all at a single glance. You've got the label, which is just the name you gave the style. You've got its category to keep things organized, a little preview of the text you actually fed it. But here's the really cool part. You also get a preview of the style summary that the AI itself wrote based on your examples. And finally, you can see exactly who it's assigned to. It's all right there.
So yeah, think of this dashboard as your central hub. It's home base for every single one of those creative briefs you've given the AI. From here, you can see and manage absolutely everything. And for you team leads or admins out there, there are some pretty powerful filtering tools. You can sort by category or by user, which means you can keep dozens, maybe even hundreds of these styles perfectly organized and easy to find.
Okay, so we've seen the big picture overview, but how does a style even get there in the first place? Let's walk through it. We're going to create one right now from scratch.
It really is beautifully simple. You just click that Add Style button, and this window pops right up. And what's really clever here is that the system uses this exact same pop-up for both creating a brand new style and for editing an old one. It makes for a really consistent and, frankly, just an easy-to-use experience. No guesswork.
And this is where you provide the raw material. You just copy and paste a piece of text, something like this mission statement, right into the form. You can almost feel the tone just by reading it, right? It's professional, it's clear, it's all about sustainable innovation and clarity. This right here is the creative brief that the AI is about to learn from. So inside that form, you just have four main things to fill out. First, you give it a label so you can find it later. Easy. Then you paste in your style examples. This is the real heart of it. This is the text the AI studies. You can also toss it into a category to keep your dashboard nice and tidy. And finally, you assign it to a specific user to control who gets to use it. It's simple, but really effective. Okay, now this is where it gets really exciting. You've filled out the form, you've dropped in your text, and you're hovering over that Save button. Let's really look at what happens in that one moment, behind the scenes. You click that Save button and a little loading icon pops up. It might only be on screen for a few seconds, but there is a fascinating process kicking off in the background. So the question is, what is the AI actually doing in that brief moment?
So in those few seconds, this super fast data exchange happens. Your browser zips the form data over to the server immediately hands your text examples over to the AI model. The AI then gets to work analyzing everything, the vocabulary, the sentence structure, the tone, and it generates its own summary of that style. That summary gets saved, your screen gets the thumbs up confirmation, and boom, the table refreshes and your new AI style is sitting right there, ready to go.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the dialogue that's happening here. It really is a conversation. It's you, the user, expressing what you want through examples, and it's the machine, interpreting that intent and building a reusable model from it. It's this perfect marriage of human creativity and machine analysis.
Creating a style is one thing, that's the fun part. But what about managing them over the long haul? Let's take a look at how you edit, delete, and control who has access to these really powerful tools.
So the whole system is built around a concept that programmers call CRUD. It just stands for create, read, update, and delete. We've already seen create. Reading is just seeing the styles in the table. But you also have the power to update a style with new examples or just delete it entirely. And all of this happens using secure API calls in the background. But of course, you don't want just anyone changing everything, right? So there's a really simple two-level permission system. An administrator, well, they basically have God mode. They can create, edit, and delete any style for anyone on the team. A standard user, on the other hand, can only manage the styles that they personally own. It's just a really straightforward way to keep control and maintain security.
And for those of you who are a little more technical and curious about the nuts and bolts, this is what's making it all happen. These are the specific API endpoints, the communication channels that the website uses to talk to the server. Every single action, getting the list of styles, creating a new one, updating or deleting, it all has its own dedicated, secure endpoint.
So what we've really seen here is a system where an AI can learn to adopt pretty much any writing style imaginable, and it can do it just from a few examples. The power to create these kinds of personified AIs isn't just for programmers anymore. It's being put into the hands of anyone, which leaves us with this one pretty big question. If we can now make an AI style this personal, this fluid, what's the next frontier for AI personalization? Where do we go from here?